Laura Pollock. I'm a Media Relations Officer for the Kelowna Central Okanagan RCMP Detachment. On June 9th, 2024, at approximately 8:45 p.m., Kelowna Central Okanagan RCMP received a report from an adult female that an unknown male attempted to sexually assault her as she was walking along a trail between Lecky Road and Durnan Road in Mission Creek Regional Park. The RCMP Vulnerable Persons Unit is thoroughly investigating the incident, and today we are seeking the public's assistance in identifying the lone male suspect. A forensic sketch artist has provided a rendering of the suspect, who the victim describes as a Caucasian male, approximately 50 to 60 years old, short gray hair, and he was wearing a gray or white long sleeve jacket with red coloring on the shoulder area. If you are able to identify the male suspect, please contact the RCMP non-anonymous tip line at 250-470-6236. For anyone wishing to remain anonymous, please contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477 or online at crimestoppers.net. I'll take any questions.
Is there any reason for the public to be concerned at this point, considering, I can understand this is just an isolated incident at this point, but any reason for concern for the general public?
At this time, no. Again, we were just looking for the public's assistance today in helping us identify the male based on the rendering.
Have there been any other similar incidents that could be connected to this particular suspect?
No, the suspect's description in this case is unique to just the factors and the sketch that we're showing today. So at this point, there's no connection to any other events.
Can you tell us what time of the day was it when this incident?
At 8:45 p.m. approximately at night on June 9th.
And did anybody see any part of it before, after, or during? Any other witnesses apart from the victim?
Not that I'm aware of.
Could you speak to specifics of what the victim says occurred?
Not at this time.
You described in your opening remarks that it was an attempted sexual assault. Would you not say what's been described to you was in fact a sexual assault?
The investigation is ongoing right now, so we're not going to be releasing the specific details into what type of an assault it was. It was, however, sexual in nature.
But again, just to specify, an attempt is what you're saying.
Attempt, yes.
It's quite a large park. Is there any particular part of that that people should be concerned about? Or?
The incident happened between Lecky Road and Dunran Road. That's about the parameters of the park that we're aware of.
Okay, so in the park, but in line with those intersections?
I can't speak to exactly where in the park it happened. That's just the general area that the victim had provided us with.
And we can assume that there is, or is there any surveillance video in that area that you guys have been able to access or look at to perhaps?
No, and if the public has any surveillance or dash cam footage from being in the park at that time, we would ask for that to be turned over to us as well. That may assist us in our investigation.
This is now 10 days old, have I got that math right?
Yes.
Why wouldn't this be more helpful around the 9th?
So the forensic artist, our vulnerable persons unit, uses a trauma-informed approach to these types of investigations, and they take time to thoroughly develop. And with the consultation of the forensic sketch artist, we just obtained this sketch recently in order to be able to put that out to the public now for assistance.
I was just going to say that the park has areas that are quite open. Are there areas that are kind of treed in? Can you tell us anything about, what kind of environment that the assault allegedly took place in?
Unfortunately, I don't have those details.
What advice would you give to people using the park at this point?
To be cognizant of where your surroundings are, and if you see anything suspicious, to please report it. We still encourage the use of the park and the trail system. It's just to ensure that you're aware of your surroundings, and if you see something, report it.
Has there been an increased police presence in the park since this allegation has been made?
There has been an increased police presence in the park. We've had members out on bike in the area and in our patrol cars as well.
And with that, is there any thought on your part that this individual might reoffend in that area or elsewhere?
Not to our knowledge. This seems to be right now a one incident. So again, we're seeking the public's assistance in helping identifying him today. And I don't know where this came up. One second.
Some members of the public were demonstrating, I suppose, outside of the park area about the presence of, and I quote, rapist. Do you have any thoughts on whether that's a wise thing to do?
Any thoughts on?
On whether or not that's a sensible thing to do after an incident such as this?
I think the important message for the public is that we are investigating this incident. We are trying to identify the person involved, and that's our focus today, is trying to identify the male involved.
And I guess the purpose of today's event is because you now have a sketch and you want us to put that out?
Correct, yes. We'd like the public's assistance in helping us identify this male.
Do you have any advice for women of any age that choose to hike alone?
Yes, I think that anyone, when they go hiking, should be prepared for any type of situation. If it's in regards to animals or other people on the trails, you should always be aware of your surroundings.
Is there, I guess, any recommendations for self-defense in situations like this? Do you recommend that if a person is hiking alone, that they carry something, that they, what should they do if they come across a situation like this?
Yeah, so if someone becomes into a situation like this, the important thing to do is to get away, contact the police, and ensure that we're able to come and assist. And in this situation, this happened, and we're able to do that. No further questions?
Okay.
Thank you. We'll hand out a photo, and then we'll be emailing it out as well. You're welcome.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Anybody want the physical copy?